So, good morning and welcome back to Daily Transfer Update. Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful day at work, college, uni, whatever it is you're doing today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Let's start off with Ryan Fraser. Now, Jack Wilshere has come out and had his say on it, and he has had this to say. I think Ryan Fraser would be a great signing. I know him well. He is the hardest working player I have ever worked with. He's got an exceptional attitude on the pitch. He runs around all day. He's the first one on the pitch in the morning and the last one off. His physical attributes have really come on. He's really improved that side of his game. He's really come on. Technically, he's really come on. You can see that with the chances he created last year. You can see the large number of assists he got last season. That is credit to him and to Eddie Howe. Eddie put a lot of trust in him and he has been rewarded. He has nurtured him and turned him into a top player. And if he goes to Arsenal, I wish him all the luck in the world. He's a great guy and a great player. Now, that's some high praise from Jack Wilshere. But he's not wrong. Listen, his performances last season were nothing short of fantastic. Hence why we are linked to him. Now, obviously, that's died a death right now. He's not really the subject of any talk other than Jack Wilshere. No more bids or anything are being tipped to go in. So, as it stands, Arsenal are not really going down the route of Ryan Fraser. I think that he'd be fantastic. I think he'd be a wonderful addition to the team, and I think he'd improve us massively going forward. But not only going forward, also going back the other way. Like Jack says, his work rate off the ball is nothing short of amazing. The guy just runs and runs and runs for fun. And we've seen a lot of our players, especially in the midfield area over the years, that don't run around, they don't track runners, they don't want to do the dirty side of the game. They just all want to do the flair side of the game. So I think he'd be fantastic. We've spoke about him so many times on here in the last 6-7 weeks of the transfer window being open. Very heavily linked at the beginning, and it's just got less and less as the weeks have gone on. But for me, Ryan Fraser for £25-30 million, no-brainer. Take him in an absolute heartbeat. But I don't run Arsenal Football Club. Now, let's move on to Wilfried Zaha, who is somebody we are linked to, somebody we are bidding for. And yesterday and today, reports are going around that we will spend up to £70 million on Wilfried Zaha. That news broke yesterday. Sky Sports were claiming that Arsenal will go up to £70 million. They also said that it will be paid in instalments, so it won't be an upfront fee. It will be done in instalments, maybe a little bit upfront, and then the remainder over the next 2 years or something. Now, that's obviously blown the theory of the 40 million straight out of the water. The fact that we've bid 40 million for him already, I think everyone could be wise enough to see that our budget was always going to be more than £40 million. Now, there's reports going around that the hierarchy at Arsenal want a meeting with Stan Kroenke over an extra bit of money. They want up to 100 million. I don't know who writes these stories, but on one hand, they're saying we've only got £40 million. And then on the other hand, they're saying that we've bid £40 million for Wilfried Zaha. Then they're saying, they want a meeting with Stan Kroenke about getting more money. Well, these people have been in and around football for a very long time that write these stories. You would have thought by now they'd know how a football club works. Stan Kroenke is not going to give Arsenal any money because Stan Kroenke doesn't have to give Arsenal any money. Not only that, if he does give Arsenal money, it will be breaking financial fair play rules because he will have invested a lump sum of money into the club which doesn't go against the financial fair play in terms of you can only spend what you earn. That is what financial fair play is. That is what Arsenal do every season. We spend what we earn, which is why we moved to the Emirates to be self-sufficient, so we didn't need an outside investor. So whoever writes these stories about, they're going to have a meeting with, they're going to ask for this, they're going to ask for that, absolute rubbish. We were always going to spend more than £40 million. We're bidding more than £40 million for players. If you add up the Kieran Tierney, who I'll come on to in a minute, Wilfried Zaha, William Saliba, there's other players we've bid for, Lucas Vasquez. We're linked and bidding for over £100 million worth of players. But they seem to think that we haven't got more than 40 million. It just baffles me. Some of the crap they write. is just hilarious. But just on Wilfried Zaha, I personally think 70 million would get him. I think that would get the deal over the line. He obviously wants to come. He said that. His brother's even come out and said that. And we all know he's an Arsenal fan from a young age. So, you know, the fact that we're going in for him, I don't know whether it's we're going in to try and unsettle him to drive the price down a little bit to around the 55 barrier. But if you do believe the reports that are going around, we are going to go up to £70 million for him. But personally, I think that's a mistake. I've said it before on here. I don't think he's worth that. I think I'd rather spend the money in defensive areas, go and spend £70 million on a proper centre-back. We haven't got one of them. We've got good centre-backs, but they're not great, are they? So why don't you go and spend 70 million on a proper centre-back? You see what that did to Liverpool with Van Dijk? That elevated them to a Champions League final, which they won. And the title challenge, which they missed out on narrowly by 1 point, having only lost one game. So a centre-back's more key for me. We've got attacking players. I think we were the third top scorers in the league last season, behind Man City and Liverpool. So maybe try and sort the defence out before we try and go and sort out attacking players. Although the one thing I will say about Zaha is if he does come in and he does smash it and we do finish in that top four, it'll be every penny well spent. But for me, it's too much of a risk for that sort of money. I don't think his attitude is up there to warrant £70 million. You see that when he's on the pitch, he's very moody at times. But he is a wonderful player at times as well, and we've seen that every time he plays against Arsenal. He runs rings round us, but I don't know. Leave it in the comment section. Let me know. Do you think we should spend £70 million on Zaha? Last but by no means least is Kieran Tierney. Now, Celtic signed a left-back yesterday, a guy called Bolingoli Bombo. I think I got that right. He came in from Rapid Vienna for about £3.5 million yesterday. And what every single person is conveniently forgetting is Gjorgjievski has left Celtic and he was their backup left back. So everyone's getting their knickers in a twist right now, getting all excited, and I don't blame people for getting excited. Listen, I'm excited. I'd love Kieran Tierney at Arsenal, but I think a lot of people have got a little bit carried away with the fact that because they've signed a left back, that means Kieran Tierney is done. I don't buy into that. I do think we'll get him. But I'm not saying that because that guy's gone there, that's done. They needed another left-back because Gjorgjievski has left the club. So they only had one left-back, and that is Kieran Tierney, and he is linked to us. So they needed two left-backs. They've bought one. They need to go and buy another. I do think, like I said, Tierney will be an Arsenal player. I think that that could happen within the next week. I'd be over the moon if we get him. We all know he's a fantastic player. You don't need me to sit on there waffling on for 10 minutes about how he's a good player. I think we all know he's a good player. So yeah, like, listen, we're bidding for players. We're actively seeking to improve the squad. It's all going well right now. Yes, we've only announced one player for £6 million, but the transfer window shuts on the 8th of August and most deals get done in July. If you go back through the history of the transfer window, most deals get done the month before it ends. So that's how it is. That's going to be no different this month. Obviously, the window shuts before the season starts this year, which is a first. But I think the majority of deals will be completed this month. There'll be next to no activity on deadline day, in my opinion. But we shall see. And as long as Arsenal have done what's required going into the start of the season, I don't think anyone can moan. We need to ship players out, as we all know. We don't need to list them. We all know who they are. And we need to get players in the areas we need to strengthen. Centre-back, left-back, wingers, job done. Maybe a central midfielder as well, although I'd promote Smith Rowe and Joe Willock. But anyway, have a wonderful Thursday. I will be back at 5 p.m. doing another live stream as usual, and again at 9 p.m. Doing the second live stream of the day. So keep your eyes peeled. Subscribe if you are new. So close to 20k. Just over 100 to 20k. So big up every single one of you. Stick a like on the video, and I will see you all at 5 o'clock. Laters, peeps.